P24 Winton.
Good old lovely. The sun's come out.
Just for you. Time to go fast.
Yeah, well, 2019's probably been a little bit tougher than what we would have liked. Coming to our second year, you always want to probably step forward and move further up the grid.
Yeah, it hasn't been great. Obviously had a few changes with staff and bits and pieces like that. It was a tough one really from the beginning. Unfortunately, it still hasn't been the case to be able to put enough raw speed in the car.
Yeah, like every team up and down pit lane, we all have our little issues and stuff like that, and been working through them. Yeah, keep chipping forward. It's only early days in the season, so got 10 rounds to try and get back up into the top 10 and back to where we need to be. If it does start raining, I can't just fire in last minute. You'll have to confirm.
Oh no, it should be all right.
Yeah,
like if you can call it by the time you're coming out of there, we should be all right.
Yeah. If it's rain, it's always going to be better.
Yeah, just do it.
Incredibly tough position for Jack to be in. There's all sorts of issues within that team, and that's really sad for the sport because the team only a few years ago was winning Bathurst, with Shane Van Gisbergen, and they were runner-up in the title. They were race winners.
You have a big fair bit of rain though behind it.
Yeah, but if you call it. Yeah, but it didn't take much the other day.
Yeah, it's true.
Like I know it came and went, but you wouldn't have survived 5-6 laps with those that wet.
Equipment just hasn't been forthcoming from Tekno, and that's the real disappointment because Jack is clearly more talented than the positions at the rear of the field, and the immense frustration that he must feel within that team at the moment is an incredibly challenging position for a young driver to be in. And in some ways, you say, do you put up the white flag and step back from that situation, or do you just soldier on at the rear of the field?
Have fun. I'll see you in 60 or so laps.
I think it's really important for Jack that he's got David Siegel on his side. So David Siegel is one of the most experienced managers in motorsport in Australia. He looked after Craig Lowndes through the height of Craig's career and really developed the brand and the commercial opportunities that Craig enjoyed throughout the height of his successes, and that's a really important thing for Jack to leverage now, the experience that Dave has, and I'm sure that that'll help him as well with those partners that have backed him for the last few years to continue that relationship and to secure him the best possible seats that are available next year.
Righty-o.
Have you worked out how you're going to mount them yet?
Hey?
Have you worked out how you're going to mount it?
Yeah.
Or you're just going to make spaces?
Yeah. Well, it'll just go flat. It's actually better.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because it just sits flat.
Yeah, I moved back to Melbourne back in December for this year, and it's been nice for me to be able to do something during the week. And last year probably wasn't ideal. Probably had a lot of spare time on my hands, which I wasn't a fan of. Yeah, it's one of those things that takes your mind away from racing for a few days. Is that enough clearance between that and the blade?
Well, I've got 10 mil.
Well, what's that? That's not much more than 10. You'd almost just leave it sitting there.
It's really good that Jack works here with us. It just keeps his mind off everything, and it's back to reality, I suppose. And it makes him appreciate what's had to happen to get where he is now. It's not just like a rich old man that's got heaps of money and said, right, you can just drive this or you can go drive that. It's, you've all got to put in to get where we are.
Yeah, it's always really good. Like, family's one of the biggest supporters throughout your life for most people. So, I'm really close with mine. I work with them most days. So, I suppose enjoy that bond that we've got together. And, like you say, the highs and lows of it all, it's like any sport. And, we're going to press through and, try and get back to where we need to be.
So that'll work out fine.